Hello, good afternoon, wonderful people. Thank you for joining me on today's topic. I welcome each and every one of you very well. Thank you so much. I'm going to treat the topic concerning women today. I am going to talk about the power in every woman. That's the topic I'm going to treat today, the power of a woman. We need to talk about this. Only going to help us, more especially every woman that is watching me out there. You need to know that there is power God has given you. You need to tap into that power and start operating immediately. First of all, the society that we are living in has already made us to believe that it is a man's world. If you remember in one of those songs being I think it's James Brown, one of his songs that says, "Is a man's world." Well, society has made us to know that this is a man's world. But in all, we still want to acknowledge the women and let them know that there is power in them. Because the society made us to know and to believe that it is a man's world, that is why men always tend to tell women, know your place. This particular word, know your place, are being said to every woman. And what is that place that they're talking about? They believe that the place of a woman is strictly the kitchen and the bedroom, that's where every woman should be. But let's analyze this, because in the world before, like in those days, actually a place for woman is really kitchen and bedroom. That is all. Because if you remember in the olden days, our forefathers with our great grandmothers, they lived like that in peace, because that time men actually knows where they stand as a man. Unlike in today, our men are confused. Um they don't even know what it takes to be a man. I mean, some of our men anyway, not every man. Some of our men doesn't know what it takes to be a man. And also, because we are trying to bring out that power in women, today's women do not even understand why they are created women. Some of them doesn't even understand what it takes to be a woman. The same applies to our men. That is why in today's world, it is totally different from in the world of our forefathers, whereby a man is a man and knows his place as a man. Because in those days, men go to work. They provide for the women and children. They provide the food. Women make babies. Then men provide the foods to feed the babies. So men knows where they belong, but they know that they are the head of the family that's supposed to take care of their wives and their children, and they actually provide for them. Then women, on the other hand, sits down in the house, cooks food for the men, cleans the house, serves the men, feed the man, and also make babies for the men. That is their job in those days. Then in today's world, that everything is shifting. The 21st century woman has now come to understand that there's a lot to be done as a woman, because in today's world, because some of our men are confused that they don't even know what it takes to be a man anymore, has now made our women, they are doing everything at the same time. Women are expected to get married, women are expected to make babies, women are expected to even pay the school fees of the babies, clothe them and feed them. You can see that women are now doing both the two jobs, both men's job and female job, which is not how God actually made it to be. Because if you notice in the Genesis, in the book of Genesis, when God created Adam and Eve, Adam was the one providing the food. Eve was the one making babies and preparing the food. Adam provides for the money for the food. That is, he takes care of the family. Eve makes the food, serves Adam, and of course, make babies for him. That is how it should be. But because of how the world is rolling by today, majority of women and men do not even understand themselves anymore. That is why you see majority of men wanting to be a woman, even turning themselves into women. And some women also are now looking at becoming a man, to the extent of some of them turning themselves into a man. But what I want to tell you is that there is power in being a woman, and there is everything honorable to be a woman, that when you tap into this current, you would not wish to be another. As a woman, you wouldn't wish to be a man, or you wouldn't even wish to be anything else other than how God made it to be. So in today's world, that the society is now trying to reshape everything. They degrade the women, they make them less. Like they believe that women are nothing. For example, like some of the things I jot down here, where I said, can a woman be a leader? This has now become a problem in the society because the society are now asking, can a woman be a leader? Because they've already tagged this a man's world. So that is why when you have even PhD women, after all the PhD certificates and all that, majority of them are still looking for a job. They haven't been able to find one. Not that they did not merit it, but men are looking like, why would they be giving positions meant for men? That is how society sees women these days, and that's why majority of men today are looking at women like properties, furnitures, slaves, servants, sex objects. That is what they are looking at. So some of the men, if not majority, sees women in this aspect. They sees them like these beautiful creatures of God, yet they degrade them to be strictly furniture, servants, slaves, sex objects, properties, you name it, which is wrong. And because of that, women are now running helter-skelter. They really do not understand themselves anymore. They don't really understand where they actually belong. They don't even know if they have the power bestowed on them by God Almighty, which is still there. As a woman, you need to discover your own, tap into that current and start making use of it, because God has blessed women tremendously. So unfortunately, some men sees women worthy of abuse, which is wrong. No woman is worthy of any abuse of any kind. It is totally wrong.